Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, December 20th. We're looking at window traders, market profile of the ES and NQ. Got a lot to get to today, as we'll be recapping all of our indices charts from top to bottom. Tremendous range again today. It is our fourth largest range of the year. It's our fourth largest range of the past 2 years. Okay? Volume is going to be in the top 10 heaviest of the year, which is pretty good. December's had a lot of different things happen. We have two of our largest ranges of the last 2 years to the upside, but we have 6 of our smallest range volumes in the last 3 years. Remember, low volatility eventually begets higher volatility and vice versa. We talk about it. They owed us this volatility. The ranges kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller until boom, right? It's like pushing the envelope, stretching a rubber band, watching the pot boiling. So we got to make hay with this. Remember, I said on Monday, if we're going to have any volatility, it's going to come Wednesday through Friday of this week. Wow, boy, oh boy, we got it, and I would not have said, okay, we're going to have a $20.50 range and a $15 range. But we did, thank goodness. This should lead to at least Monday having a decent range. Right? When you have a $15 range like this, it should carry forward at least another day. Now, look at this. Tremendous day Wednesday, tremendous day today. It's all balanced. These 2 days, Wednesday and today, are such beautiful examples of short-term players that throw a tantrum, that can move a market, right? I always remind myself how much a short-term player can move it. How do we know they're short-term players? Well, first of all, the volume hasn't been great. Yeah, we're in the top 10, but 103 million is... On this range on Wednesday, we should have had volume of 150, 200 million. Okay? Wednesday's range volume was 108. That's, another reason we know it's short-term players. If you think long-term players would rip a market down $20 one day, and 2 days later, let it rip back up into that day, no way. So, short-term players are still dictating the market. We got into Wednesday's Fed Day singles. But there's still large ones left. We have large single prints from today. So talk about, it's like 2 weather fronts coming together, a cold front and a warm front. Who's going to win this? Would you be surprised if we stayed in balance all of next week between today's low and Wednesday's high? I wouldn't. It's a $20-something range. Remember, look at this. We had a huge range, not a huge range. We had a large, many days. Look at this. Look how small these ranges were. And it was only a $7 range. Now look. We went from a 11-day balance to that was $7 to a 3-day balance that's $25. And it's the same thing in NQ. Okay, look. Now NQ was stronger than ES because they never took out last week's low at that point. So I would not be surprised if that occurs where we trade inside of this 3-day balance. I think Monday will be the telling day, right? If Monday either trades inside or takes out today's high, there's a good chance we stay inside of it. Remember, Tuesday is a half day on Christmas Eve. Let's go over the intraday, how they ended up. Look at Righty. Righty holds a trend day by only a couple of points, a 9-wide POC. But the most important thing to me in Righty, they never took out yesterday's high. It's poor, which means they're still down on the daily. A little nuance. Don't ignore it. NQ ends with 2 sets of single prints, double distribution day, and a poor high. ES ends, 3 sets of single prints. The other thing, ES got very close to closing with an outside day up, but they do not. All right? They do not. NQ also had a chance earlier, but then came in pretty good. We saw the day very, very well. You know, I had a horrible day on Tuesday, got a lot of it back. I took half of it back late Tuesday, and then did well the rest of this week. You get back up on the horse and you chip away, not looking to take it all back in one shot. Today was an excellent day. I long B period in NQ. Now, you heard what I said, B period. I told the room, there's no edge for me in A. The only trade I would have considered in A period was to take the short when ES filled the gap to the tick. And I didn't. That's the only trade I would have looked for. There was nothing in NQ I wanted. Nothing. Now, I can't imagine how many people were slamming the keys for the first 30 minutes. I sat back, watched it, relaxed, waited for something, and then guess what? We got it. We finished strong. I said, you know what? The tempo's good. Took the long. Boom. Popped A's high. One of my staple trades. Then we went for the gap. Got it. Then we started going for the overnight high. Got it. I waited all of A period, did nothing, and now all of a sudden, yes, we had lower value at the time, but everything else was pointing to the bulls as far as the momentum, tempo, and everything else. C period. Took the long before the turnover. Boom, exploded above it. So A, B, and C were just tremendous time. B and C were tremendous time frames for me. Got everything I wanted. Then in E period, I didn't do anything in D. I did long E against the single prints. Then I took a small short to stop the one-time framing. It's the only short I looked for all day. I got it. Now, the market did start coming in, but I prepared the room where and why I was looking to buy on all of these pullbacks in H, I, and J, and they all worked out. I made approximately 100 points between H, I, and J on the pullback longs. And then that was it. I didn't do anything afterwards. I wasn't going to touch M period with the expiration. So I just watched K, L, and M, but finished the week very, very strong. Again, I'm not going to go over destinations with my profile in bigger increments because they probably wouldn't be right. But before we get to the charts, here's the question you have to ask yourself. Are we going to take back Friday's trend day, Wednesday's trend day first, or today's trend day first? Whichever one you take back, the odds will get better for what? To come out of balance, either to the upside or the downside. So, I don't have an answer yet. Right? The day is over. Today I was looking bull the entire day. Right? I was looking bull the entire day. But Monday could be totally different. I'm going to come in, no position, totally unbiased, and see what the market wants to tell me. So now let's get to these charts and break them down. Again, while I'm going over to them, January 6th, I'll give you into the first week inside of January. I'm going to raise the rates for the monthly, quarterly, and annual. If you join between now and then, you'll keep that rate, the rate I have now forever. Okay? I never raise anybody once they're in my room for a price. And I certainly think what we offer is well worth it. Now, here's the little Russell. Don't take your eye off of this one because, again, the question is this a canary in the coal mine? We made the all-time high back in 2021. Now, we had great excess that month. Came into balance the following month. Never saw it again for 3 years. This month, made a new all-time high. Now, we don't have the same excess we had from 3 years ago. However, with a week and a half to go, we're going to be at best up to balance. They just missed taking out last month's low. So if they have an inside month or they take out last month's low in the last whatever trading days of the year, you would be back to balance. That would be something to keep an eye on from 3 years ago. Look at the weekly. Weekly did the same thing. Okay? And it's not even on here from 2020. Oh, yes, it is. Hold on a second. Oh, here it is. It was 2022. I'm sorry. Right? Yeah, 244. Look at the weekly. Made an all-time high. Came into balance, went down. Look at this weekly. We made an all-time high. Came into balance. Went down. We're down on the weekly. So the monthly is up to balance. The weekly is down. The daily, firmly down. Okay? Wait a second. Did we take out last week's high? Give me 1 second. 224.43. We did. At least according to IWM. Now, I wasn't paying attention to it much. But if they did take out yesterday's high, they're back to balance. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm losing my mind. It's been a long week. Of course we took out yesterday's high, just like in all the other ones. We came back into balance. I'm sorry. It's been a long week. So the monthly is up to balance. The weekly is down. The daily came back into balance. I apologize. I'm shot. Triple Qs and NQ. Monthly, healthy. Not the greatest looking monthly candle. We'll see how it ends by the end of December. But we're up right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 months. One time framing up. Weekly. Balance. Okay? The weekly is in balance. We closed at 518.66. Last week's low is 519.66. If that's the case, they had an outside week down. We didn't have it in NQ, that's for sure. I'm wondering if that's because of the dividend in triple Qs. But regardless, it's a balance. It's a 3-week balance, okay? So we'll see how we come out of that. Monthly up, weekly balance. Daily is balance. We almost had an outside day up, but we did not. 60 million shares, by the way. They only average 40. Actually, let me see what they average. Triple Qs. 37 million. So very good volume. Look at, wow. SPY is up to 119 million. That's the 4th heaviest volume. So right now we have the 4th heaviest volume of the year and the 4th largest range. Now, obviously, having the expiration has pumped that volume. It's more than Wednesday's volume. But put it into context. Here's the S. Look, the monthly. It's up. 4 months. One time framing up. Still healthy. The weekly is down. Okay? NQ, the weekly is balance. ES, the weekly is down. Plain and simple. It's down. And the daily, if I can get to it, is back to balance. And again, they just missed an outside day up. We got what we really wanted and asked for. We got incredible volatility and we had good volume Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Maybe some of this carries over into Monday. After that, I would imagine it slows down. Remains to be seen. I hope you had a very good week trading. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Rest up, enjoy your weekend, and we'll speak prior to the opening on